I'll tell you two things anyway. So we've actually got, I've got a friend of mine who builds solar panels. So I've got solar panels from him, like second-hand ones, So, we sort of like I've got them actually blew off in the last storm. I've got to go and put them back up, or at least some of them blew off the shed roof. But so we luckily, don't really use a lot of electricity because of what we've got, even when it's dull. These I don't know, he makes them, and it's like they're individual little pods. So if it's cloudy or warm, but it brings in light. It doesn't need sunshine anyway. So but we also have this little contraption. I don't know what it is, right? Apart from it cleans the energy, because and they were talking when I was reading up about it. It's like the energy that flows around is so erratic. The electricity coming through because it's coming from all the different sections. When it gets to your house, it can start, stop, and they call it dirty energy. It's so erratic, the flow of it, that it costs you a lot of money, and you're not even getting that kind of power. So this machine, it's only this big. Plug it in, right? And as it's plugged in, then it actually filters and it makes sure that it runs smoothly, which is what they call clean, and it reduces the energy that you use by a considerable amount. So I've actually got it here. I was going to write on the back of it. Got a letter here from Eon. Look, so it's from Eon. There, right? Electric company. They're complaining because I haven't put anything in the meter, because I've got a prepaid meter, right? They're complaining I haven't put anything in it. So but I mean, we hardly use anything. In the summer, we use about I think it's about 40 pence a day, right? In the summer. And in the winter, it's between £2, £2.50 a day. That's it. In the winter, because it's a lot foggier, not foggier, a lot cloudier and dreaded fog. That's why they made that film, The Fog. You ever see that?
I did.
I think it was pirates who come out of the fog and kill you.
Yeah.
But anyway, but it's funnily enough, and it's like this little machine, and it cleanses it. I'll have to have a look for next time, so I'll tell you what it is. Who makes it, whatever. But we have noticed, I mean, even though we've got the panels, we've noticed the difference again. So they wrote to me complaining, spend some more money, you. But I've seen that thing with the crystals, and that woman, she put that up on TikTok, and somebody reported it, and the engineers come around the house and inspected it. You know that.
No.
But obviously said, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I haven't touched the meter.
Yeah, exactly.
Their crystals are just a bit of stone. And the guy, he says, I'm going home. I'm going to buy some. I'm sticking them on my own meter. But so, I don't know. So we've got crystals everywhere. I'm surrounded by them now. It's like they're all over the place. We've got them in all sorts, crystals left, right, and center, everywhere. Especially on the shungite, so it protects you against your EMF. Raw shungite from Siberia. But anyway, so we put some around, see if it works. We actually had a lot of shungite around the meters anyway, because to stop any EMFs coming off, stuff like that. So now we've put crystal quartz around it as well. Even trying it on the gas side, see whether it does anything with that. And I'll let you know. But yeah, I mean, definitely something. If that's work to clean her energy, what it does is it's probably making it harmonious. So that that's my word, but because this machine that I bought, what it does is it stops it. They say it cleans the energy, but it stops it being erratic. Come go, right? So it makes it nice and smooth, so you don't pay for them gaps, and it does reduce the bill. So I bet you that's all that's doing. It's balancing the actual flow. That's what it'll be doing, because it's nature. Electricity comes from nature. They don't make these power stations. They sit there doing nothing. That's why the pylons are so high, because they're just collecting it out of the ether. That's why we had the big towers on the churches and the steeples and all the big buildings with from the Tartarian Empire, because they're collecting all the power out of the ether. It's all free. It's all natural. Same as the oil. Everything's given you there by the creator. It's all just yours to use. That's why they granted it to you,